All right, we are back with round 6, and we have an exciting match. We have Chris Evans playing a Goblins deck, I guess, against James Kindler. Okay, I put the title in as Star Spangled Slaughter. I don't.
This girl.
Yeah, I would be fine with this girl. I don't know if the community will be able to identify it yet, but okay. And
I don't know. I'm pretty well known in the community. Oh, we're starting though.
Yep.
And Mike, how do you feel when your meddling mage gets lightning bolted in general?
I don't care. A meddling mage?
Well, what if that never happened ever again because you took them out for Galina's Day?
Yeah, well, I was saying, yeah, your Galina's night is certainly not getting lightning bolted.
Yeah, James is playing like his version of my deck, and he's playing 8 pro red guys.
Yes.
Although we didn't see one turn 2. And he's passing turn.
Well,
that's bad news.
I mean, that's right now. Is that that's an island? I can't tell. Is it an island or plains? I don't actually know. I thought it was an island, but I could be wrong. I thought there was some blue tint in it, but maybe it's not. But damage is going quickly. We got Mogg Fanatic with the Piledriver.
Yeah, that'll add up fast. And Aguitas, I will not block a Piledriver. I know that for a fact.
Yeah. And if there are, yeah, it does look like an island. Impulse is being cast.
Impulse.
Yeah,
not my deck.
So all the pro red creatures in the world don't help you if you don't have any white mana. Well, at least the white ones, I guess. What is the 1/1 flyer that's blue and pro red? But yeah, so James really on the back foot, really needs to get rid of this Piledriver pretty quickly, I think. Plains. All right.
Excuse me.
We've got a Plains in play.
It's even close to my house.
We got a Mother of Ruins, but Mother Runes against the Mogg Fanatic, so here he'd be able to attack in with get the trigger and then pop the Mother of Runes. So
that's the way. It's not doing that. Kill. Yeah, attacking first and then sacking would have been
so missed damage, but
all right, missed 2 damage.
Goblin Matron, what do you find in here? Goblin Warchief? Goblin Ringleader?
Yeah, Warchief or probably Ringleader.
I guess it depends
just in case something terrible happens.
If you know you have a...
At this point, you're probably just wondering what the worst thing that could happen is, you know? So you want to get the best card for the worst eventuality. And to me, that's almost always Goblin Ringleader.
He's getting a Piledriver. So the first one, I guess, is a problem, and if it gets answered, then he's looking to deploy a second one. And that also could mean that he has land and Goblin Warchief to really, really put a bunch of damage.
Woo. That could be, it's pretty good to get a Piledriver if you have Warchief in your hand here.
All right, this is a Galina's night. Would you even? I guess you would play.
Would
that.
You show it?
Would you show it? But, all right.
Why you're hoping they don't bring their Pyroblast?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I guess you might look at your opening hand and say, like, does this get bricked by a Galina's night? But all right. So we got a 2/2 pro red, but unfortunate for James, the Piledriver has pro blue,
pro Galina's.
Yeah, pro Galina's night, and so this is gonna be a Goblin Matron, another Goblin Matron. Okay, are you attacking?
Now you get a Warchief, right?
You would attack here with with the 3 creatures, right? Because you can't block with
I would.
You would lose a Matron or a Mogg Fanatic to deal 2 extra damage, basically.
And it's gonna be 9 damage coming in. You can block one of it. You got the plow.
Isn't it 7? 1, 2.
Oh yeah,
3,
yeah,
4.
you're right. I don't know.
Okay, he does have the plow. That helps a lot. So
yeah. This is kind of exactly what he wanted to happen, right? Like get him to make a big.
Wait. So Chris gained 5. Did he let the trigger resolve?
I think he thinks the trigger resolved, and Jim was doing in response to the trigger. But it
Okay,
looks
so
like
the
the
damage,
5 life is staying on there.
damage dealt, he goes down to 8. But he still has to deal with the Goblin Warchief and the Piledriver, assuming that Chris has another mana.
Right, if he draws a land, I'm assuming he doesn't have a 4th land. I would guess he would play it by now. He's gonna play a second pro red creature.
Yep.
It's a little bit better.
Yeah, this one blocks the Goblin Piledriver.
He's probably feeling all right now.
You got Ancient
Whoa,
Tomb. Does that change?
Yeah, well,
It doesn't help you.
it does if you have 2
There's a lot of-
Ringleaders in your hand, which looks like he does.
There's a lot of red pips, so
Although it doesn't change that much.
all right. So here we're turboing out a Ringleader. Okay.
Yeah, here we go.
What are we flipping? We've got a Wasteland, a Mountain, Skirk Prospector, and a Mountain.
Yeah, it's gonna add a Skirk.
Yeah. Which, in certain situations, I mean, I think this game's going to go on a few more turns, and that Skirk Prospector actually might come into play. I think most of the times you probably that position you're not very excited about Skirk Prospector, but yeah, not the most exciting Ringleader.
That looked like a wait. Can I put my Skirk Prospector? And then another like, if you're gonna make me have you gain 5 life with a source of pleasures.
So the Skirk Prospector.
I'm not gonna back up.
So. But I mean, at this spot, okay, we got more pro red creatures. So
That's a third one.
When do you start attacking with? I think I would attack with 1, but maybe I think I would. I think you need to start clocking Chris, don't you?
I think so. Yeah. I think you got to attack with at least one of them. Although it's so scary because he has that Warchief, you know.
I mean, yeah, if a Warchief stays in play, then like board states could get really wide really quick, and then being at 8 might not be enough. The other thing I'm worried about is like a card like CJ Commander coming down.
He's rolling in.
Okay.
At least he didn't attack with Symphony.
All right, so Chris down to 21.
He might be in okay shape here because he probably has at least a removal spell, right?
Is this another Ringleader, or is this a Warchief?
Warchief.
This is the Warchief. Okay.
Floating 1.
Piledriver comes down.
Piledriver.
Okay.
1 in the pool. Skirk Prospector.
Are you attacking with everything? You would lose Piledriver and Warchief and deal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What's that? 8.
Looks like the Goblin had no fear.
Looks like that's true. I mean, he's
Though I'm
slipping away from him.
I'm looking at James's hand, and I think I see a lightning bolt there. So that means a lot less damage. Well,
yeah,
maybe 2 less damage.
Yeah, I don't like this attack because if he has a removal spell, it's really rough.
Yep. So the 2/2s get eaten, and 3 damage comes through. And things look pretty good now for
Jim.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose still has at least 1 Ringleader. So it could get out of hand. But James got that Angel out. It's all over, right? Like just that
Lightning Angel or Exalted Angel? Exalted Angel, yes.
No. Yeah. I think both, but
All right, we're tapping 4 mana. Is Lightning Angel? We all want to see it. Yes, we do.
There she is.
This girl.
This girl. So do you leave all the knights back?
All of them?
Probably, because he doesn't have removal up.
I think I'd be attacking with one of the 2/2s. I guess I have to do the math with how many turns it would be, but
Chris down to 16. This is most likely a match for top 8.
So Alright, 2 more damage from the Ancient Tomb. We have a Warchief.
Warchief.
You follow. There, we do know about a Ringleader.
I swore I saw one in his hand, two in his hand earlier.
All right, it looks like he just passes the turn after that. So, oh, this looks like a situation that we're. I mean, the more turns that James gets, it just seems better and better, right?
Yeah.
I mean, barring
that's kind of how it goes.
Barring a Siege King commander, I feel like.
He's moving. He's basically moving the game into a point where like Chris has to win, otherwise it's going to get much worse for them.
So, if Chris isn't using his mana, why did he tap the Ancient Tomb?
I think he changed his mind.
Okay.
That's my guess, but
unless there's a, I mean, there could be a Gempalm Incinerator in hand.
Yeah.
But even then, you could do that with the Ancient Tomb. Oh, morph. What's that morph? The Dwarven Blast Miner?
It could be a Blast Miner. It could be Disruptive Pit Mage.
Oh, all right.
It could be a Void Mage Prodigy.
Okay.
Could be a Willbender.
What about a Frontline Strategist?
You know, I don't think so.
No. Did you know that card was?
No. Prevent all combat damage on soldiers to deal.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Bogman.
Maybe it's at 9 casting outs 1/1.
I think it's 8. The Scornful Egotist.
Scornful Egotist.
All right, we do have a Ringleader. We do see a Siege King, but I think we might be too late.
Well, yeah, he's got some mana, and he does have a
Skirk Prospector. Oh wait, Skirk Prospector. I forgot about that guy.
Yeah, exploding one.
So, well, he has to kill him this turn, right?
He has a. I swear I saw a Siege King commander in his hand.
Well, he just got one. He just.
I think
got
he just sacks a Matron, and I think he could have won if he plays the Siege King commander. Because, right? He had a sacked a Matron, played Siege King commander. He would have had 9 goblins in play.
You think he had a Siege King commander before the
Ringleader?
Ringleader?
He has one in his hand.
Well, he got one off a Ringleader.
Right? Yeah, he plays Ringleader, so he has a Warchief in hand. Yep. And 4, 6, okay. He has 6 mana in play, right? So
3 of it was used
already. So he uses, right? Yep. He uses 3 and casts Ringleader, and then
it might have.
He still has he has 3 mana. He only needs to sack 1 Matron to play a Siege King commander. And then he has 9 creatures in play. He can throw them all at. He just throw 3 goblins at his face.
Yeah,
he has exactly 9 creatures, which is 6 damage.
Yeah, I think you could attack with enough creatures that you only need to fling 2, and one of them unblocked would be able to deal the 5th point of damage.
I mean, you can attack too. Yeah, in there.
Yeah, I think Chris had an opportunity to.
But you don't even need to attack. You just kill him.
Okay. All right. Well, it looks like all the pro red creatures.
Got to return undiscovered to his hand. He didn't do it.
I think it's inconsequential at this point because I think this is enough damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11. 11 coming through. It looks like it's going to be. Now it's going to be 13. Thanks, Alted Angel has
Chris
been revealed.
Wondering how he lost this game.
Yeah.
Glad Jim didn't use that undiscovered card. I'd feel bad.
All right. Game 1 goes to James.
Pro Red?
Yep. Yeah.
Team Pro Red.
Team Pro Red. All right. So, do we have the deck list? Are there exciting things in the sideboard that come available?
Nah, just kidding. There are lots. There are 3 blue elemental blasts and a worship. And I think I put once I have the 7th or 8th pro red creature in my deck. I think I play a second worship in my board. But I guess this you shouldn't be worried about this matchup anyway. Maybe I cut all the worships from my board at that point though. He's got Pyroclasm.
Yeah.
A couple of those, pretty good.
Those are nice with your pro red creatures.
The future sight. He doesn't have any main, but he's got one on the board.
Okay.
That could help. Blast Miner, nah. Disenchant, nah. Seal Cleansing, nope. Okay.
Do we have Chris's list?
Yeah.
Because we only saw red mana out of him, so I mean, the options usually are mono red, red green, and we did see the red black, which kind of had fallen out of favor.
Oof.
So
the first 3 cards in his sideboard are Anarchy.
Okay. Well, I think those are coming. Those deal with those pro red creatures pretty well.
Yeah, I would agree. He has a Pyroblast. He has a couple Pyrokinesises, but I don't think those are the best. He has a red Elemental Blast.
Okay.
So probably just bring in the 2 blasts and 3 Anarchies, call it a day. He doesn't. I don't think you bring in King unless you really want to cut other things.
He didn't see a mountain. I guess he didn't. Did he even see any red cards out of James? He saw a bolt, right? He did see a bolt. It bolted a Piledriver. Okay. I was say he might not.
Yeah,
I think I was the only red card, right?
Well, Lightning Angel.
Oh yeah. Okay. Fair. Never mind.
Deck designer Jared Doucette.
All right. Jared's playing right now. He's playing at a paper tournament on the East Coast.
Do you know what he played?
I do not, but I know he said he didn't want any spoilers of the event, so don't be talking to Jared and telling him what's going on, what's top 8ing our tournament. So yeah, Anarchy is a pretty spicy meatball. We'll see if that comes into play here.
Chris is from St. Paul, Minnesota. His favorite 3 pre-modern cards are Goblin Lackey, Survival of the Fittest, and Sneak Attack.
All right.
His favorite Magic deck changes every day.
Do you have a favorite Magic deck?
It changes.
Does it change every day? Every week, maybe? I don't know.
Today it's Gush Madness.
Gush Madness. I'm surprised you wanted to tell the world about this before you could just destroy a tournament.
Well,
with it, so
I'm a sharer now.
All right. You heard it here first from BK. Put Gush in your Madness deck.
He makes custom proxies in the style of mid-century modern. That's kind of cool. See what Jim had to say about himself.
All right, so
I know Jim from way back. He's a Milwaukee guy. Used to play at the VGC with us. He did not fill out a sheet.
chat is doubting you. They said Madison can barely support days.
I
mean, I guess part of the issue with the days argument is there's
I
a little more
disagree.
there's a little more pressure to have days early than Gush. Like Gush you could have a lot later, though I guess obviously a second island is a lot. All right, back to this match. We have a turn 1 Mogg Fanatic from Chris.
Look, I'm not going to take any flack about Gush from the pre-modern community. The number of decks I've seen with 8 islands that try to play Gush, like my 11 are like have to be more than adequate.
All right, Mother of Runes comes down, but it gets removed.
Eats a Fanatic.
Yep, and
but the joke's on him. His creatures already have Mother of Runes activated on them.
Yeah, the Galena's Knight and the Silver Knight.
A Shivan Reef, and I would guess this is going to be a Galena's Knight. There she is.
Yes.
The interesting thing is, I cut days for Gush.
All right, Goblin Lackey showing up on turn 3 like it's meant to be.
Mm-hmm. He blocked with Mogg Fanatic. Mogg Fanatic. Well, he had to kill the Mother of Runes.
Yeah. And another mother comes down.
Right. Another mother.
I mean, this looks kind of like a sticky situation from Chris already. Like, before I felt like before these creatures started coming down from James' last game, James was like at 10.
Yeah.
And now with James at 19,
it doesn't have a third land.
It does not look good for Chris. And kind of like I worry Chris is going to try and go wide for like a CG and commander play, but then James is eventually going to find like a Pyroclasm or just have like a worship. And I guess Anarchy. We got to hope for Anarchy if we're rooting for the Goblins.
Yeah.
All right, 4-mana Lightning Angel right away. And she'll
What
come.
if he plays Skirk Prospector, sacks all 3 Goblins and Anarchism?
All right, so Chris looks like he's still stuck on 2 mana, and could be problematic for the little red men.
Problems are here. He's gonna.
Problems are here. Is the solution also here?
Yeah,
that's the real question.
It's the problem for Goblins.
yeah. The solution. It might just a matter of perspective. Attacking for 5.
5 coming in.
I mean, Chris can't do anything about it here, so he'll take 5, go to 12. Now are we following up with?
That's a worship.
I was gonna say, I thought it was a Watch Wolf. Like, I don't know what that card is.
It's a worship.
All right.
I think that's a Gideon Spellbook worship.
All right. We're gonna call that one worship. So I mean, kind of the card that Chris needed before. He still needs the Anarchy.
Yeah.
So maybe like
it doesn't. It looks worse, but it doesn't change anything. Really.
Yeah. I mean it. No, it doesn't really, because Chris is already facing pressure, and that's the biggest issue. He was dying to the pressure. He still needs Anarchy. So.
I think he's trying to show the camera, but we can't see it.
Yeah.
Does he only have 7 cards in his hand? Because it seems like he should have 8, at least.
I don't know. Got an island.
I think so.
I'm looking at the bottom. It looks blue, so 5 more. Chris will go down to 7, and it's got to be fast. I mean, this Anarchy's got to show up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got a Wasteland.
There's a land.
I thought it was an Ancient Tomb. It was not.
Ancient Tomb Anarchy.
But I guess, I mean, I don't know if there is an Anarchy in hand, but I think it needs to be land for Chris to have a shot here.
He's gonna
Blue Elemental
Blast it. Bold.
I mean, James is probably, like, Anarchy is probably not a card on his mind.
Yeah.
And the Goblin Warchief is kind of a source of mana, and so I don't know. We're coming in for 5, and Anarchy or no at this point. And we got a land.
There has to be an Anarchy.
Was there an Anarchy? How bad will James be if he doesn't have another Blue Blast?
There it is. Anarchy. He has
Is this resolve? The protection won't help this.
Nope. This is resolving. This is happening right now. Now, this is happening.
We have Anarchy. Yeah,
all the white ones.
Oh, no. Wait. He's got a mana leak. All right. Oh man, Chris Hart is just like, he got so excited.
I was so excited.
He read the card and then
this is really cool.
Just attack for 2. That's all you need to finish off the Goblins.
Just send 1 galley to side.
Yeah. All right. Well, I am going to see if there are players, because that one got done pretty quick.
Yeah, I think we can
bump someone over to the feature match. So
he had 2 Anarchies in his hand, so if he just. He was ready for the Galena's Knights and ended up not being able to get the lands. So yeah, Mike Mike Heup. He is going to set us up another match, hopefully. Probably another match in contention for top 8, and we'll have some more magic going for you any minute now. James Kindler, quite possibly in the top 8. He was kind of on the borderline. But hopefully that win will put him through. All right, Chad, ask me something.
Okay, we got a match moving on.
I like the yes, no.
Yeah, no,
I know the exact points where those happen.
Excitement from the crowd.
What do we got coming up?
So we're just gonna move Jeff over, who we had in the last match with the Mud deck.
Okay, Jeff Green with Mud.
And I think he's playing against Goblins, and I think it was also another Chris. Is that
Chris Bergeson?
Okay.
The Goblin deck we saw earlier playing with the Drownu.
Oh, okay. I was not in the booth. So
Drownu's Anthem.
Okay.
Or Drownu's Crusade.
So I'll update our players. So
Can you play Drownu's Crusade in Premodern?
Yeah. Can I get the player names?
Thought they banned Crusades.
Oh. All right. So I'll update this here. We have Jeff on the right. And then
Kayla was not still in. He was defeated by Ben Rasmussen the round after we featured him. So I think it was round 4 or 5.
So they are going to game 3. So
nice.
These players are tied.
This is it. This is for the top 8.
And update here.
Find the deck list for these guys. Jeff Green and Chris Bergeson.
All right. So we
Chris
got
has a pulverize on his board.
Ooh.
Elephants hate artifacts. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah, well, I mean, have you ever had an elephant step on your artifact?
Yeah. Well, when it happens, all the other ones die too.
Yeah. All right.
Let's see that artwork. It's
I'll bring
awesome.
it up. Oh no. We want to see pulverize. Okay, let's talk about the game because we already got started.
Well, okay. There's a sewer resistance in play, and Chris has 1 land.
Well, Jeff was on the play, so
yeah,
he did turbo out.
And that's a Caltrops.
All right.
That's a card Lester Smirling has always said.
It's a card I've looked at some of the time, and the times that Jeff has had it in play, it's been very good.
Yeah, Lester always talks about how good that card is, and how people just don't play it, when it would honestly crush a lot of red decks.
The other card that I thought about is Juntu Stakes. Do you know what that is? 2 mana creatures with power 1 or less don't untap. And that one might be better against elves, but
although elves can untap creatures.
That's true.
Too.
All right, so this Caltrops is doing a pretty good job pulling off this Goblin Lackey, because it's not at end of combat or anything. It's just right away when it attacks. So no Goblin Lackey.
We could see a Crusade next turn, probably.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what happened in the prior Cyborg game, but if Chris had seen Caltrops, then a card like more Goblin Kings or the Drowner's Crusade could come in.
He doesn't. I don't think he has King in his deck in his list at all.
So chat's saying this whole tournament seems to be beat up on the red decks. There were a lot of red decks, to be fair. So if you came to beat up on the red decks,
at the same time, there's still a lot of red decks on top.
Yeah, well, I guess half the field was red decks. I feel like
it feels like just whenever we show them, they lose. What do you think? A Crusade hitting here? Probably not. Think you would have jammed that one in already.
Well, Crusade right now costs 4 because of the sphere.
Oh yeah,
so
you're right.
There's a Powder Keg in play, so after this next turn, that might be able to take care of a Goblin Lackey, even if it's under a Drowner's Crusade. So Things not looking good for Chris at this point. Lester's so smart. That's Adrian. Adrian knows it. Hi, Adrian. All right, we got a 3-mana Piledriver. This one can attack through Caltrops. And if you really need to throw away your goblins, you could still get the pump to the power. So.
Yeah, we get an attacker on the board. And, I mean, it's got to blow the keg before attacking, right? Because otherwise, he's just going to get in for 2 extra damage.
Yep.
Welcome to the chat, Adrian L. Sullivan. And also, where are you?
So at this point, like, what does Jeff need to do? I mean, what does Chris need to do to kind of break out of this position? I mean, probably one of the lords is probably the first start, right?
Yeah, I guess attacking with the lackey's kind of bad news too, because
I guess if you don't use the keg, then
they get to keg up for the next turn.
Yeah. All right, so Chris is going to fetch. Oh, he's down to 18 now. 17. Oh, he might have taken a damage from Sulfur Springs.
No Goblin Tinkerers, huh?
I mean, is it even like that good here? I mean, you don't get to use it multiple times.
You don't.
I don't know if a 4-mana Gempalm Incinerator could be great because with a Caltrops in play.
The Caltrops.
I guess does that mean that you have a card like Drownless Crusade? Maybe that's what it is, right?
Maybe he's just loaned up.
That could be a reason I think to hardcast that is if you have a Crusade or a King or something.
Maybe he's playing to his outs, like if he hits.
Well, the thing I was thinking is like, I mean, in your hand this Incinerator cycles, so it might be worth a new card. But I don't know. It kind of makes me think that there might be a Drownless Crusade in the near future.
If your only way to win is to draw Drownless Crusade, you should play as if you were going to draw Drownless Crusade.
That's fair.
That's what I say. But that does get rid of the sphere resistance.
What does?
The keg killed all 2 Casicos permanents.
Okay. I didn't see that.
He still has Nullbreach in?
Maybe the way the games went, that there were like some sideboard cards that were important.
Yeah. He might be scared of any number of.
There also might be cards that he's like
Pulverize.
Are there also cards that he's taking out? Yeah, Pulverize could be one. Like Chris does have a Burning Wish engine, right?
Yeah, he does.
Okay, so there are a lot more targets than the typical Goblin deck. That's just jam full like only creatures. So Winter Orb. Well, that's good at when your opponent's tapped out.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that the sphere resistance is still is gone, but
he's down to 11.
But I mean, these creatures can't attack, so. The one thing here with this Winter Orb, obviously it slows down Chris, but Jeff doesn't have any source of pressure. So if they just played like draw go for 4 turns, Chris could untap all his lands and then cast a spell. Well, there is a sphere resistance. Okay, that's a good one.
Worth paying 2 life for.
All right, a City of Brass.
Chris has a lot of lands. Might be good against the sphere, but might not be.
How many cards does he have in his hand? 3, 4?
3. He's like drawn 5 actual non-land cards.
All right, a mountain gets untapped, and so right now, if he does have another land, it's a City of Brass, so he has basically access to a 3-mana spell. He's tapping 3 mana, going to take a damage from the city.
He's going to get Burning Wish.
Are you going to find Pulverize here?
I would.
Are you going to cast it right away? I guess you wait a turn, right?
Why?
I guess you could attack it right away. Okay, I was just thinking. But yeah, okay, I'll probably cast it right here.
I think you cast it right here.
And just attack. I mean, you get to get a Goblin Lackey trigger. I guess it depends if you have.
It's like a Fire Blast for all the artifacts.
All right, well, this was good. 3 damage. Gempalm Incinerator gets to attack. I question Chris casting it.
Yep. And then he also gets a Lackey trigger.
Again.
He's putting the Ringleader into play.
I mean,
hitting 3. And
this might be too much for Jeff to come back.
Off to the races.
And there's another Ringleader waiting.
Man, this game looks so bad for Chris, and just like
Burning Wish is a big deal.
One Burning Wish.
That could be.
Turn it around.
It's probably what we talked about Null Birch or something. I mean, like that.
Yeah, no, it's got to be on his mind. He's got to be worried about it.
All right, we see this is all Lester's work, right? Just Lester talking about Pulverize being good. That influenced Chris.
When did Lester ever talk?
I thought you said Lester was talking about Pulverize.
No, he was talking about Caltrops being good.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Then I was talking about Pulverize being good. So I don't know.
I know I was talking about Pulverize being good. Genius. Right. That's right, Adrian O'Sullivan.
Mastigore has been played. He does have 2 minutes to shoot a Goblin Lackey, so that actually is really important here. I mean, given the turn that Chris had, Jeff's turn was pretty good.
Yeah.
This is way closer than I guess I would have expected.
Yeah, I mean, if he does try to use it, he goes on a 6. He would take even if Jeff has nothing, which we know he has. I'm pretty sure know he has a Warchief in his hand.
Oh, Chris has nothing? Are you saying?
If Chris had nothing, he could still knock his opponent down to 4 if he attacked with everything.
This has to be a Warchief, right? Otherwise, you would tap differently. All right, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
3 damage from his lance. A Mogg Fanatic.
He plays the Hidden Fanatic.
All right. So.
Yep.
I'm
all in, says Chris Bergeson.
You shoot you block the Warchief. Shoot. Do you have to shoot the?
He's
you
dead.
Want to shoot the Lackey?
He's dead. There's no play.
Well, if you shot the Incinerator, you go to 6 from Ancient Tomb. You block the Warchief. Take 1, 2, 3, 4. You take 4 and go to 2.
And then
he puts a Mogg
Fanatic into play.
Okay.
Both at him.
And he knows about the Mogg Fanatic. Okay,
yeah.
So yeah, that's the conclusion they made. Yeah. So, yep. So the Goblins deck kind of flipped the script there. It looked like
elephants to the rescue. Yeah. That's what that was.
Ironic that the Goblins tribe couldn't do it enough. They needed to rely on these elephants.
Pink elephants.
Yeah, Hufflepuffs and Woozles, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, so the red deck turns it around. Chat was talking about red decks getting smashed, I guess, on camera.
Yeah, spoke a little too soon.
Yeah,
Chat?
Do not doubt the Goblins. They are very crafty. I don't think of Goblins as like an aggro deck because it just has this like mid-range combo element. I don't know. Obviously, it has the games where you just play Goblin Lackey and you just win, or you just curve out. But there are definitely games where you have a lot more agency, or you get to play a different game that a lot of aggro decks don't. So
yeah, like when I play Goblins, I don't play Mock Fanatic, and like often I'll miss my turn 1 drop. And the number of times my opponent's been like, "Oh, you missed your turn 1 drop, huh?" It's, like thinking they got a nice easy Goblins game, and I just annihilate them.
All right, we can see the sideboarding. So it looks like Black Vices were coming out and Metalworker.
Yeah,
that made room for. I didn't see the cards.
And a Karn.
Caltrops and I guess Null Brooches and.
I would guess it is not that list.
Who won? Chris.
Null Brooch and 4 Caltrops on the board.
Chris on the Goblins deck.
4 Caltrops, a Masticore, and Null Brooches on the board. 4 Null Brooches.
All right, so I assume that there's not any.
There's no way we can get another match out here, right?
I don't think so, but I'm gonna check.
Goblins won. Goblins is the best deck in the format, Elendril. I agree. I think it is. In general.
No, I think the last match or two just finished up, so I think all the matches have concluded.
Do you think Goblins is the best deck in Premodern?
I
Do
don't
you think it's in
the
do you think it's in the conversation?
Yes, definitely in the conversation. The problem is I feel like it can be hated out. Like if you want to be goblins, you can pack a bunch of engineer plagues and removal and whatnot. So
Sometimes it doesn't beat them.
yeah, I agree. It's definitely like one of the few. Like it's a tier 1 deck, I would say. I don't know.
Yeah, it's certainly in the tier 1. It's always in the top 3 decks played on TC.
Yeah.
On TC decks. I once did like a kind of just ran some numbers on like TC decks. Just like basically I looked at every single finish and like weighted it based on number of players, and the higher they got, and Goblins was like the number 1 of everything. Best deck.
Best deck. So confused.
According to the BK
analysis.
the BK weighting system, it was Gabos.
You can scoot a little towards me, I guess. Get in frame as we switch. Hello, world. All right.
Hi. Well, that was our last Swiss round, Mike.
Yep.
So we should have a picture of top 8 at this point.
Are there? Yeah, you can.
So the top 4 are definitely in. Like Nathan and Michael drew the previous round, and then they drew again with Patrick Hathaway and Sean Lillibridge. So those 4 decks, Nathan is playing my personal build of Riche Oath.
Okay. Do you know
Parche, as I call it?
He was at the shop yesterday, and he was going to say to prepare for this event, he was going to eat parfait in the morning.
Yeah.
Do you know, did he find his parfait?
I don't know. Like a yogurt parfait, he was planning on it. Yeah. I didn't know. Is that the only parfait, yogurt parfait?
I don't know.
Is it redundant to say that?
I think there could be an ice cream parfait. I'm not sure, though.
The peanut butter parfait.
Yeah.
Used to be at Dairy Queen.
But yeah, I want to know. I want to know if he got
we need to know. We need to find that out for sure. We'll figure that out for you. Patrick Hathaway drew with him. Patrick is playing all green creatures, but not the all green creatures most people would expect. He's playing Stompy.
All right. I mean, when you said all green creatures, that's the deck I thought of, but most people think of
elves.
Yeah.
Michael DeGrave, if you remember, was playing.
I don't remember.
Landstill.
Okay.
And he drew with Sean Lillibridge, who was playing Ponza. So we got Avalanche Riders in this top 8.
Ooh.
Then with the other so Chris beat Jeff, so he's probably in the top 8 with Goblins. Oh, definitely. He had 12 points going in that round. He's quite possibly he's the top seed probably. Definitely. Ben Rasmussen and Fanchen Yang were playing. I don't know who won that one.
Given that Ben has returned the deck, I believe that means Fanchen won. So
the clues.
Yeah, we are putting everything together. So yep. So Chris Bergeson. So you said he's that was the Goblin player that we just saw, right?
Yeah.
All right. Michael DeGrave. You said that was on Landstill. Nathan
Marhefke. He's playing Parche.
Okay. Patrick Hathaway,
Stompy,
and then Sean Lillibridge is on the Ponza deck, right?
Yep.
Fanchen Yang is on Enchantress. And then Sean Robbins,
I believe, is Terrageddon.
Okay, and then
no. Yes, he's Terrageddon.
And then squeaking in at 8th is Trevor Alcock. He's playing Landstill.
Yeah.
So,
and the Pro Red. Pro Red. This girl. Finished 9th. Missed on breakers.
Not clean breakers.
12 points. 4 and 2 didn't make it.
All right.
Only 4 and 2 did not make it though.
You can probably hear the judgment back announcing the top 8. We're gonna get things just set up, so I'm just gonna go on a quick break so I can do that real quick. Yeah. But it won't be long. We're gonna be back.
Top 8 will be playing for a Mox Diamond,
yes,
as well as a plethora, meaning 12 old. Premodern era booster packs.
Awesome.
And the glory of the story.
Yes.
Misty Mountain Champ.
Right. They could follow in Will Hurst's footsteps as a Misty Mountain Premodern champion.
That's right.
All right, so sit tight. We will be right back.